Knight, I require your services. I have a job that apparently requires the skill of 2 knights. Can you help? Know what? I don't have time to make requests. This is going to have to be an order. Arthur takes the leadership quite naturally. Fortunately, my soft skills are somewhat lacking, so you'll excuse me for getting straight to the point. Camelot recently secured an old Tommy outpost in the north. Tommy's abandoned it months ago, left it to the Hooligans. Regardless, we managed to drive the rabble out with minimal casualties. Quite the victory, according to some, but all I've heard is boasts. I need that outpost secure, capable of withstanding heavy assault. Meet up with Gawain. Assess the situation. And while you're there, kick her up the arse. In fact, I'm sending more than 2 soldiers. Never mind 2 knights. It's unacceptable. Fix it. Understood? Fine, but brevity would be appreciated. It protects the wall that surrounds Wandsworth. If you were to look at it on a map, you'll see a natural thoroughfare for potential attacks, which makes this outpost an invaluable defensive position for Camelot. Knight, that's exactly what I'd like you to find out. Demonstrably not. All clear? Good. Dismissed.
Thanks for telling Arthur everything. Bye.
I still can't quite believe it was my boys. But I guess I should thank you for making Arthur understand. See you around.
Hello, hello. Don't be a stranger.
Thanks for sorting that fire business out. Later.
Speak your mind. London is the place for me. Hail, mate.
Good to see a fellow knight. Took you long enough. I'm going to need help restoring this outpost and enforcing some discipline on this squad. They're relatively inexperienced and their commander died in the assault. Most of the squad are fine. It's just Sergeant Pili and Levi Daniels. He was mortally wounded by an explosion. I initially suspected it was a landmine. However, having since seen Pili throw a grenade, misfortune seems more plausible. He's got the idea in his head that this squad is his. So he's trying to force a promotion by acting like a raging bellend. By all accounts, Pili demonstrated courage during the assault, but he won't even commit to doing the training required for command. He is in dire need of explosives training, but he doesn't think he needs it. He does, regardless of if he is to be promoted or not. It's hard to be specific. While he didn't sustain any physical injuries, Levi Daniels is incapable of carrying out, well, anything, let alone the duties of a soldier. He needs to be relieved. I assumed when you introduced yourself you were his replacement. Since you're not, he needs escorting back to Camelot. I'd have no problem with knocking the twat's teeth out, trust me. But people like him, and I need their support. Here's my original report that Sergeant Pili refused to endorse. Give it a read. I've outlined what needs to be done.
Greetings. What's your business?
Hail, mate.
Ever vigilant.
Knight. Despite our rather calamitous start, we were actually successful. We managed to surprise the enemy, drove them into chaos, and took the objective with no other casualties.
A complete shit show. Luckily, the daft, gormless bastards had no idea what was happening. So I guess it worked out, which is quite lucky, innit?
Two hard workers amongst a shower of lazy, grumpy bastards.
Well, we're ready for orders. I've heard other members of the squad may have grievances, but it's not my place to say.
It's all right, I suppose. Could be worse. Pretty sure we jotted these down somewhere.
Yes, I submitted our suggestions that Knight Gawain was so kind as to record.
Just waiting around.
What Richards means to say is that we're awaiting orders.
That's what I said. We won't move an inch.
Patience is key for the quest continues.
Speak your mind.
Another one? Bloody hell. At this rate, there'll be more knights than swords. Sergeant Pili, reporting for duty. Ah, you're one of those. Just what we need, eh, lads? Another honourable job's worth. If you're gonna bother me with the same bullshit, I'll save you the bother. Look around you. We've got the outpost. The job's done. What else can I do for you? Fuck's sake. Yes, it is. You knights should relax. You'll live longer. I don't think we do. She's in command, I accept that. I won't accept bogering about with a bunch of busy work because she needs to feel visible. We fought hard to take this outpost. Outnumbered, outgunned, and on our own. Isn't that enough? Arthur will have us fighting again sooner than later. Why not rest while we can? Respectfully, I disagree. We lost our commander immediately. Few of the others wanted to turn back. I couldn't let that happen, so we marched in, cracked a few skulls, did the job. There's a few of them left in the factory who need mopping up, but they ain't much, trust me. They're the ones who ran. He had to retire for medical reasons. Fine, he exploded. Stood on a landmine, cut him in half. Not exactly healthy for the mine to dwell on. Whole squad shot themselves. Thought our cover was blown. Turns out the hooligans were too cunted to notice. He was shoulder to shoulder with us when it counted. He'll be fine. Some people just take a little longer to adjust. Bye.
More fishing strictly pointing rain.
How can I help, Knight?
Our first engagement was a resounding success, besides the tragic death of Sergeant Brown, of course. After the operation, I was sent to scout the enemy position, primarily to see how many were left and their battle readiness. Sometimes it can be confusing to have two commanding officers. Luckily, one of them never wants us to do anything, so it's pretty much the same as having one. I agree with the assessment of my commanding officers. As is much of life, sometimes you just have to embrace the chaos. Cheers, boss.
Yes? Have they decided to fall in line? What did they say? Oh, I thought as much. Thanks for trying. Good. Your thoughts? I'll scout the enemy position, get a clearer idea as to the readiness and numbers. We'll clear their position when you feel we're adequately prepared to repel a counterattack.
Knight?
Knight. We won't move an inch.
How can I help, Knight? And I know exactly where to find one. I was patrolling nearby when I came across it. Looked in good nick, too. I started to remove the piece, but I felt something looming. Decided not to stick around. I don't want to commit to calling it a monster, per se, but it was absolutely terrifying. If I was dead, you'd have no detail at all. The most important skill when it comes to being a scout is staying alive. Are you sure? Your funeral, I guess. Here are the coordinates.
Is that a dinner bell? This mess. Other food out there.
Come on, Al! Take your shot at the chap. Do you just... Did you see me cave that one skullhead? Hold up. Get ready to fight.
What's your business? Huh? Hmm? Oh, bye.
How do you do it? How is it so easy for you? I wish I could be like you. Once upon a time, I'd have said you were deranged. I close my eyes and I see their faces. They had no idea what was happening. I suppose that was a point of sneaking up on them. Turns out they were scrapping all night, taking bets and beating the shit out of each other. Stupid bastards must not have realised they were under attack. Nobody fought back at all. I'm not sure they even knew what was happening until half of them were gone. But I can't get that look out of my head. He was smiling. A big, idiotic grin. Turns out they must have been on something. Fighting for fun. He didn't stop smiling. Even when the blade cracked open his skull, he still smiled. It's just the life behind his eyes. I don't know. Went somewhere, but the smile remained. He was covered in someone else's blood. That's what's so... I know this man killed. He enjoyed killing, so why? I can't forget his stupid fucking smile. Yes. I suppose you're right. I think I'm going to go back to Camelot now. On my own.
It's about time they made you a knight. Well earned. How can I help you today? Of course. An army marches on its stomach, after all. I'll have the provisions sent to the front within the hour.
You've returned as a knight, no less. You'll be wanting to dip into my pocket for more of my timber, no doubt. Look, I realize there's a lot at stake. But Camelot doesn't feed my kids. Doesn't put clothes on my back. I'll send someone up with the timber. Take what you need for now, but my generosity has a limit.
What can I do for you, Knight? Hysterical bollocks. We don't have the manpower or the resources. By all means, feel free. It's not that I'm not keen. I've already done it. The good Knight Fancy Bollocks considers herself beneath giving feedback. Explosives training requires we build 5 working landmines from scratch. Here are my mines. She said all but one were completely wrong. and buggered off in a huff. How is that supposed to help? If I knew which one was wrong, I'd be able to learn from my mistake and repeat the correct process 4 more times. So, if you can figure out which of my mines are up to shape, I can finish the training without the risk of blowing myself up. Deal? What can I do for you, Knight? Bye. What can I do for you, Knight?
So, which one is it?
Cheers. I'll crack it open and figure out what I did wrong. You see? I didn't think it was this one. She could have just told me. Something about becoming a knight changes you.
Oh, fuck! My fucking hands! You bastard! You bastard.
Bastard! You were sent to get our new frontier outpost up to scratch. Anything I can help you with? I'm sorry to hear that. I'll find a recruit to replace them, and a doctor to see to their wounds. Can't help you there. Charity is a luxury reserved for better times, I'm afraid. The Fletchers and the Baileys might be able to help you.
What can I do for you, Knight?
So, which one is it?
Cheers. I'll crack it open and figure out what I did wrong.
Patience is key, for the quest continues.
See, I knew it was that one. She couldn't have just confirmed it for me. Something about becoming a knight changes you. What can I do for you, Knight? Bye.
Last I heard, you were sent to get our new frontier outpost up to scratch. Anything I can help you with? Not asking for much, then. Well, the good news is I can send up the sandbags. The bad news is everything else ain't happening. Word to the wise, nobody in London has anything that explodes or shoots going spare unless they're aiming it at you. Best of luck.
I've scouted the enemy position, and I think it'd be good to engage as soon as possible. If you think we're ready, we can set things in motion. Those recommendations were extensive, yet you actually went out there and got them done single-handedly. Great work. Gather the squad, tell the men to get in position.
Knight.
Knight?
Aye, sir.
How can I help, Knight? I'll be there.
Ever vigilant.
What can I do for you, Knight? She's finally ready, is she? About bloody time.
I think we're all here. Okay, if I can have your attention, everyone. So, we've got a considerable number of hooligans held up in this industrial complex. The way I see it, we've got two approaches. We can try to do this quietly, or brute force. Wait until dark, send a couple of men to lay some traps. Wait for some to exit, silently take them out. We'll thin the numbers out a little, and then strike them hard and fast.
What's the point? They probably already know we're here. It's only our mighty knights that they've yet to encounter.
Yes, hit them as hard as we can with heavy guns and explosives. Hopefully they'll panic and scatter so we can mop up the remnants.
Well, we're obviously doing that.
I think that's probably best. I can't imagine too many of them will be going on midnight walks. Given the good light, I'd suggest we make a move as soon as possible. Get into position and wait for my signal. Once you see the sign, we'll need to throw everything at them. All clear? Good luck, and watch your backs. Dismissed.
Practical.
Patient, immediate. You must skirmish, shall we? You have eyes. Use them.
Who? You're dead.
Reveal.
What the fuck was that?
You should have stayed hidden. Prevails.
Shall hear of this.
I'd like to fight a punching machine before I die.
That should be the last of them. Stand down! Thank you for all your help, Knight. We can take it from here. Squad dismissed!
Look where you're going.
Hail, mate. Greetings.
What's your business?
Look where you're going. Speak your mind.
Knight, do you have any news for me? Excellent. What happened? In that case, all more the tragedy to lose such a talented tactician in Sergeant Brown. Fantastic news. With that outpost secured, I feel a lot more secure. Thanks to your efforts, the fortress to the north will be a significant deterrent.
This is that buffer zone you suggested.
That it is.
Good work. With this outpost secured, we can finally move on to the front foot. Knights, listen closely.
Arthur, Merlin, Charing Cross Station.
Breathe, Percival.
Speak plainly, or at least with a verb.
Eastminster reports there's been an explosion at Charing Cross Station.
This could be a blessing. We can put their weariness to rest by helping out.
With Percival's anxiousness, there's more to the story, I'd wager.
Merlin is right. Eastminster's already fingered a culprit. Us.
Us? I didn't authorize a strike on Charing Cross.
They're saying they've already pinned down the two knights responsible.
I hate to ask more of you so soon, but I don't have anyone else I can spare. Will you look into it? Unfortunately, I do. But I won't sow dissent without evidence. That's a longer story than we've got time for today. If you're one of us, then you need to grab a broom too. Look into it.
London is a place for me.